Hey Wargamers, today I want to talk about Vespid. Now, in the past we've talked about how Vespid really just aren't worth the points, and that's why people don't use them. But with Chapter Approved 2019, I think it's worth taking a look at them again and ask the question, did Chapter Approved make Vespid viable? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we do that though, I want to say thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you don't miss any of my upcoming content, including more Tau stuff. So, alright, so what happened in Chapter Approved 2019 for Vespid? Well, pretty simple. They went down 3 points. So they were 14. Now they are 11 points. That's about a 20% reduction in the cost of a single Vespid. And for that 11 points, you get a decent stat line, right? You have a 14-inch movement, toughness 4, otherwise, pretty much the same, but they can deep strike and they carry a gun that's assault 2, strength 5, minus 2 AP, 1 damage. So that on its own is, not bad, right? The place where Vespid have lost out in the past is that you can just get better bang for your buck with Fire Warriors. And so the question I'm asking today is Vespid, our Vespid, better in comparison to Fire Warriors now than they were before? And of course the answer is yes, they're better, but are they better enough? Are they good enough to warrant taking them now? And I think they might be. I think it's worth taking another look at Vespid in a competitive sense. So when we do the math here, we see that, for like a toughness 3, like a guardsman type model, Fire Warriors still the better way to go. Whether you're talking about strike teams or breacher teams, you are better off taking Fire Warriors compared to Vespid. But when we get to Marine equivalents, toughness 4, toughness 5, Vespid are better, and they were better before too, right? Don't get me wrong. This isn't a new thing that Vespid are better than Fire Warriors are killing toughness 4, toughness 5 things, but they are significantly better now than they were before. So, we're looking at, in some cases, double the points efficiency compared to a Fire Warrior with a Vespid, and I think that warrants considering them again. So against a standard Marine, you're getting about a 30% increase in output per point, and against a Terminator, like toughness 5, 2-up save type thing, we're more than doubling the output. So that minus 2 on the Neutron Blaster is really the driving force behind that. Having that minus 2 is frankly awesome. It's very good. And when we think about being on a model that can deep strike, I think it means that taking Vespid, even if you are treating them as somewhat expendable, something that isn't necessarily going to be around turn 5, I think that might mean that they are worth at least considering or trying out again. If we're deep striking them and they don't get in until turn 3, then that becomes a much less attractive option, right? Because that discounts the actual value that you're getting from them. But if they are on the board, either turn 1 or probably turn 2, I think you can get enough leverage out of them, especially when you're combining things like, focus fire and stuff like that, to make Vespid actually viable. I think you can get enough out of them, considering a few things. One, that deep strike ability allows you to target things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to target before, and also the fact that Marines are the meta right now. We need ways to deal with Marines, and we have lots of ways to do that, but this is a more specialized option that could be a component in a list if you supported it enough, right? I'm not saying don't take any Fire Warriors at all. Fire Warriors, again, very good generalist unit, and of course our objective secured. But maybe taking a couple units of Vespid, maybe it's worth looking at, especially with the other shifts in the codex costs. I can see armies moving away from the triple Riptide. Of course, they'll still have Riptides, they'll still have shield drones, but maybe we're supplementing that with some other stuff, and maybe Vespid are one of those things that we're starting to supplement with because they're able to take out infantry so well, and they have the mobility to do it in a way that other units just can't. So, it's kind of a rambly video, kind of short, but in brief, I think that Vespid are at a point cost now that we can actually start looking at them as an attractive option. They no longer are plainly worse than your other options. I think they are in a spot now that we can start looking at them. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you've been playing with Vespid since Chapter Approved. I'd love to hear how it's gone. Either way, thanks for watching, and as always, happy wargaming. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider joining our community over on Patreon. These are the people that really help drive the channel and make things happen. So special thanks to Shifty, Dallas Ellis, Jim Bob, Scott Heater, Nick Steele, Tao Oswald, Jackson, Stephen Cohen, Eric Jackson, Michael Byrne, Zealous Brimstone, Jared Egler, and Chris Kessler.